What's going on YouTube? Dre on here, and I got another recipe for you. Low carb keto cheesecake. So I'm gonna start with the crust first. I'm gonna use coconut flour instead of almond flour for those of you that are having allergies to nuts. So let's get started. So the ingredients that we need for the recipe, starting with the crust: coconut flour, vanilla extract, 2 whole eggs, pink salt, some sweetener, and I want to just go ahead and add some chocolate chips to it to make it a little bit sweeter, and 1 whole stick of butter. So what you want to do first is go ahead and melt this stick of butter and set your oven for 400. Once butter is fully melted, go ahead and throw about a cup of coconut flour into it. And then add half a teaspoon of salt. And you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix that all together. After mixing everything up, go ahead and add your sweetener. I'm adding 1/4 cup of sweetener, and depending on what kind of sweetener you use, that will dictate how sweet it is. So you'll just have to go by the sweetness of how you like the crust. But I'm using 1/4 cup. Next, I'm gonna add 2 eggs into the mix. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. After mixing the batter up, it should have a consistency like this. Go ahead and add 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, or as many as you would like to add into the crust. And then go ahead and mix that up. Then we're gonna go ahead and place the mixture into a pie pan. Go ahead and use coconut oil or olive oil to make sure it doesn't stick, and then place the mix into the pie pan. What we're gonna do now is go ahead and press the crust down into the pan and layer it around so that it comes over to the brim. So we're gonna go ahead and do it just like this. You have to get in there. Use your hands or use a spoon and push down. Once you're done, it should look something like this. And it'll be ready to put in the oven. But first, go ahead and fork this down into it to help so it doesn't rise and crack at the bottom. And then go ahead and place in the oven at 400 for 10 to 15 minutes, or until it starts to brown around the edges, and then it's ready to come out. So after 10 minutes in the oven, go ahead and take it out. It should look something similar to this with the edges browned. Go ahead and put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, depending on how fast you want to make the complete pie. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the freezer so I can go ahead and make the filling for the pie. Ingredients that you will need for the filling of the pie: sweetener, 2 packages of cream cheese, 2 eggs, and vanilla extract. First, you need a package and a half or 13 ounces of cream cheese, room temperature, so that you can blend it together well. I'm going to be using a hand mixer, electric hand mixer. You can use a regular manual hand mixer. It'll be a little bit harder, but you can still get it done, especially if you allow it to get to room temperature. After blending up the cream cheese together, I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 eggs. I'm going to go ahead and add half a cup of sweetener and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and blend together. So after mixing everything together, you should have a consistency like this. And just for fun, I want to go ahead and add some chocolate chips into the mix and re-blend it up. And then it's ready to be placed into the pie crust. So take your pie crust out of the fridge or freezer. Go ahead and pour your mixture in. Once all the mix is poured in, it is now ready to be placed into the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. After 25 minutes in the oven, take it out. It should look something like this. Go ahead and put in the fridge or the freezer, depending on how fast you want to eat it, but you have to let it cool down, and then it'll be ready to eat. So I recommend maybe 3 to 4 hours or the next day to eat it. This is the cake after overnight, which I highly recommend. As you can see, consistency there. And it's ready to eat, so enjoy.